Perfect. You have a puppy that's biting you. This is great because now you can teach him how to stop biting. But first, please do not use aggressive methods. Because your puppy is biting you doesn't mean that you can stick your finger. Bite his ears. Put your thumb up on his mouth. Squeeze his muzzle. Poke him. Bite him back. These are horror stories. Would not work for long. How to help your puppy? First of all, you need to understand why your puppy is biting. Puppy is biting because that's what they do when they get teeth. They want to exercise their teeth. They learn how to grab things without breaking them. They learn how to cut them in half. They learn how to split them. They learn how to hold them. They learn how to carry with their mouth because all that what they have is their mouth. Well, they don't have hands because they're standing on their hands. Imagine you're standing on your hand and you need to drink coffee. Would you grab it with your hands that you're standing on? No, you will grab it with your mouth because that's what you have left. So puppies interact and they do things with their mouth. It's absolutely normal and natural. What happens though is in our home environment, we have all these no bite things. Don't bite on my shoes, don't bite on my chairs, don't bite on the kids' toys, don't bite on my hands, don't bite on my pants, don't bite in the corners, don't do this and don't do that. Well, how do you think a puppy will learn how to bite? Well, I give my puppy these chew toys. Well, this is really boring. Chew toys just sitting there doing nothing, just hanging around, and the dog should have fun with it. How about you grab a chew toy and interact with your dog and teach him where to bite? What is the difference between a soft bite and a hard bite? What's the difference between something that hurts and something that doesn't hurt? How about a soft, a hard, and medium hard toy that your puppy can chew on? Because what they need to learn is to learn to use the pressure on her mouth. A dog has a very high accuracy of repetition bite, meaning is how hard can I bite something and be accurate. A dog can pick up an egg with his two sharp teeth and not breaking it. He can pick up a paper and not even make it wet. But he needs to learn how to do that. If you don't give him that chance, he will never learn it. The other way the dogs have biting for is to ground their excitement, because biting, chewing is also related with prey drive. So if a dog has a prey drive and he cannot fulfill that drive, he has to ground the way somehow, for example, through chewing. Chewing is calming. We chew gum bellies sometimes, we chew gums for sometimes, we chew our fingers sometimes, and we chew on something, on a pencil. Wait, are we aggressive? No, it's the way we ground our energy, and that's why we ground our stress. Dogs do the same thing. So if you remove all these things the dog can chew on, then all of a sudden you have a dog start digging, barking, running, spinning around, trying to bite his tail and bite his feet, or he becomes so stressed that actually he becomes sick. So, back to the puppy. You need the puppy to teach him how to bite. He can bite you. He can learn how to grab your finger and chew on your hand, but he needs to learn the threshold. How much can I bite without hurting? And that's a very important step, because when dogs go in a tricky situation, the first thing they want to do is they want to send you a message. First of all, you have a calming message, then you have a calming barking, then you have eventually a calming snapping, just warning you about things, then they have a bite, and then they have a hold, and then they have a hurt bite. Meaning is, before your dog actually penetrates your skin, there are so many stages the dog has to go through. First of all, he gets excited. The second one, he uses his mouth. The third one, he closes his mouth. The question is, how much can I close my mouth to send a particular message? So if you see dogs playing, what they do is they play with an open mouth. They can handle their mouth and never touch the mouth because they are very accurate with their movements. The more they get used to that, the more they can avoid. It's like do shadow fighting or non-contact kung fu or karate kid fighting. So your dog needs to learn that. But also, what happens if your dog is touching you? So first lesson, teach your puppy that touching you with his teeth is already hurting. Important. Touching you with his teeth already hurts. Well, it doesn't. but the puppy doesn't need to know, because we sent him a message that you touching me with your teeth hurts. Therefore, if you want to hurt me, touching with your teeth is more than enough. Message: I want to hurt my neighbor, I'm gonna touch him with my teeth, so that will work. So you give the dog a threshold safety. If he wants to really bad hurt you, worst case scenario, he will just scratch you. That's the message you send your dog. It doesn't allow your dog to bite because he doesn't get that he needs so much force to bite. You go all the way back to the beginning, meaning is it hurts me when you just touch me. Make sense? So if somebody tells you the puppy should not bite you, people are wrong. They should bite you. They should learn how much to bite you so you don't get hurt later. So your message is let your dog bite you and let him teach you how much it hurts. So your puppy knows next time. It becomes a body memory. How much should I close to hold his hand? Dogs want something, he will grab your hand because that's how he learns to do. Teach him that grabbing your hand super hurts, to the point that you stop playing with him and you're done with it. Teach your puppy how much you allow him to engage with you with his teeth. Teach him that touching you is okay, but it hurts. But if he bites you, that will stop the game. Don't punish your dog, don't lecture your dog, because it's just a puppy, right? Remember, puppy, baby, crying, wah, wah. Right? You don't hurt your child because he's a baby. You don't do that with babies, right? And just because your dog can stand alone, stab around and barking and chasing doesn't mean he is a dog. It's a puppy. So don't punish your puppy. Don't slap him on his muzzle. Don't hit him. Don't chew his ears, because everything that you do with your hands against your puppy makes your puppy just hand shy. And eventually you get a bite just because you abused your dog without knowing. So if somebody suggests you to do that with your dog, please do not listen. Do not even question his knowledge. Just ignore it. If you have a problem dog, because some dogs are really tough guys, he doesn't take no as an answer. He doesn't take it hurts as an option. He wants to go all the way through, because what he wants is to trigger you to fight back. Some dogs are like that. It's not a big deal. Some people are like that too. So if you need to deal with a hard dog that we call hard dog, then you need to know that if you respond to that, you just become a partner in crime. If that happens, you have to consult a dog trainer. You have to consult a behaviorist. There are so many reasons why that happens. You are most likely not able to 100% accurate define why your dog is doing that. It can start of your dog not having enough nutrition, and he goes into prey drive, and his option is bite to eat, but it becomes an obsession. So every time your dog is hungry, he becomes reactive and is going after your hands, your knees, your shoes, everything, because it's a prey drive. So increase your quality of your dog's food, increase the meals that you're feeding your dog, and make sure that your food is appropriate to your dog's breed and age. Just because the bag says it's perfect and it's a perfect dog for all the dogs doesn't mean it really is. Trust yourself, read the ingredients and look them up so you know what you're feeding your dog. And keep in mind, chicken in your dog's food is not the chicken you buy in the supermarket. It's the chicken that most likely is fall dead off the breeding factories. So beware of your dog food. There are a lot of confusion about how to treat a dog. If you have a problem feeding your dogs, consult a nutritionist. These are specialists who only do what they do is to teach you how to feed your dog and appropriate. There are many options: raw feeding, dry feeding, whatever you want. Do not cook for your dog if you have no idea what the nutritional value of your food that you just give. Rice and chicken is not healthy for your baby or your puppy. So I got some questions here. Good. Just to define before, my previous message is if your dog is biting you, stop interacting. Do not pull your hand away. I make an example. Your dog is biting you. If you move your hand away, you're just indicating that you're continuing the game. Stop, make a short yelp, ow, and wait for your dog to open his mouth. He opens the mouth, you move your hand away, and you reward for it. You reward for your dog respecting your pain, and you reward the dog for listening to you. If your dog bites you, don't hurt him back. You just engage him to a more harder game. Okay? If you see two dogs fighting with each other, do not cut them off by force. Call them off, give them a timeout so they calm down, so they can back engage. This is the best perfect example how dogs get monosocialized by playing rough with one dog, and then they go outside playing with another dog and they end up in a dog fight because the other dog is not used to get such an aggressive bite fight. Consult a behaviorist, let him show you how to teach dogs to interact with each other. You need a strong call-off command. You need to reward your dog every time your dog is following your instructions. Don't assume your dog knows what you're yelling about. Make sure that your dog gets the message. Do not hurt your dog, do not punish your dog. So back to the factor of the puppies. If puppies do not have enough sleep, they get crampy. They start biting and barking and getting all over excited. They get so excited, they're actually too excited to be tired to go to bed. So make sure your puppy gets enough sleep. Guess what? They need 18 hours of sleeping time. You're jealous? You better are. They need a lot of rest, just like human babies. They need rest to process the whole thing. What you else need to do with puppies? Nutrition, good rest time, good exercise. Engage your puppies. Don't be boring. Boring parents are boring. They just boring. Make it nice and happy. You move, your puppy moves. If you want to engage your puppy with games, do not create games that triggers the prey drive unless you are a hunter. Most likely you're not a hunter, so don't engage the puppies to do into these high prey drive games. Don't laser game him, don't tug him more, or do the pull until you know what you're doing. Knowing what you're doing means you have to consult a dog trainer or behaviorist, and he shows you exactly how to process these kind of games. You need games that do not encourage prey drive, but you need the dog exercise. Some breeds more or less need particular exercises. I'm happy to consult you on that, but most of the dogs do not need to chew or to chase a laser beam. Forget about it. It's not good. Some dogs do not do well with a flirting paw. It's good to get the attention, but you trigger the prey drive unless you know what to do. I'm not saying the flirt paw is a bad thing. I'm saying that using in the wrong direction can harm your dog and yourself. Tug of war. Of course you should do tug of war with your puppy. If you know what you're doing, your dog should have a strong release and a strong engagement. You need to know how to engage your dog and how to keep your dog engaged with the flirt pole or the tug of war rope. But your dog should let go on command. You can teach him without hurting your dog. If you need help with that, you're welcome to message me through my website www.romancecanintraining.com. But please do not hurt your dog. Being more aggressive than your dog just creates a more aggressive dog in return. And you guys are really not good at dog fighting. Like, trust me, you will be the shorter one. Enjoy your dog responsibly.